Perfect timing, every single person who is in this room now. Welcome to The Right Show. It has been properly and appropriately described as a support group for normal people. We only get together once a week, so obviously the last 6 days has been very tough on most of you, but we're here now. Look in the comments. These are like-minded people, and they're normal. This is not the Jimmy Fallon, Jimmy Kimmel, Jimmy Ellen, Jimmy Oprah, Jimmy Corden show. Put those little Jimmys away. Pull out a big half Persian Jimmy every Wednesday night. You're watching The Right Show. And I'll tell you what, throughout the week, I just keep a little tally of the things I kind of want to talk about. So much happens week to week. It's almost hard to keep up with it all. But before we get started, let's welcome all of our Facebookers, our YouTubers, our podcasters who listen to this a week later. If you're going, what video is he talking about? All you need to do is look at the link below and you can watch this with us. I want to know right now, where are you from and what is your favorite vaccine? Please put that in the comments. This is how we get to know each other even better. While you're doing that, today we break down the NBA player who slammed Fauci's fake logic. We have Pelosi and Justin Dildo doing a battle to the finish for Moron of the Week. And then we tie a little bow around it with a stand-up comedy clip that I did on TV just 9 years ago. It's all happening right here on The Right Show. All right. Killer Koala says, I'm from Indiana. My favorite vaccine is none. I'm sorry, that's Joy. I always get that wrong. Joy Moritz says, Seattle, and I just love the polio vaccine. Sammy Hyder, Canadian, typical, just put where he's from and forgot to answer the tough question because Canadians are too polite to engage in such conversations as these. Nathaniel Erskine comes in with Colorado. My favorite vaccine is a men's one-a-day tablet. Beautiful. Well, we're going to talk about all that and more. You know, before we get started, I'm going to tell you a one-a-day tablet I've been taking, which has helped me a little bit. And then let's blast off. If you have joint pain, muscle soreness, digestive problems, or just difficulty concentrating, then you might need Active Adams turmeric curcuminoids. This is a high dosage of turmeric extract which promotes a healthy inflammation response. Each capsule contains 15 times more turmeric extract than other turmeric supplements. And for each bottle you purchase, Active Adams donates to help fight sex trafficking. This is a company that actually stands for freedom, whether it's freedom from inflammation, freedom of speech, or freedom from modern day slavery. Visit activeadams.com and enter Kvon10 at checkout for your 10% discount and help fight inflammation while living with freedom. I gotta tell you, I am so happy that more and more people are finding this show every week because we're able to talk about tough topics. I'm meeting great companies, and I got an email from Joseph Abood. Sounds like a Persian name to me. Let me know in the comments if he's Iranian, but it doesn't matter. His company does fine men's clothing, and they said, Kvon, we love your show. We think you look amazing. We know your eyes aren't tired. You're just Persian, but we need you to dress a little better. Would you like to wear Joseph Abood? I said, what do you mean? I look pretty good. They said, well, how about a shirt like this? I said, ooh, that looks nice. So they sent it to me. Then these jeans, which have a little stretch in them because they said, Kvon, we know you're built very well and you need more stretch in your pants down there. I said, really? And they said, absolutely. Then they sent me this beautiful tie and we're going to do a commercial for them soon. So I am so loaded up with the new drips. And that's what happens when you're famous, half Persian, and tell the truth, even when mainstream Hollywood tells you, shh, you better be quiet or you're going to lose everything and nothing good's going to ever happen for you again. Boy, were you wrong. And I'm glad you were. All right. Here's how this show works. We do super chats. So if you want your comment to be high lit, then all you do is you throw a tip in the bucket and boom, you kind of are like featured a lot bigger so I can find you and give you some love, return the favor, and highlight your comment or just whatever nice gesture you had to say. And someone already figured out how to do that, none other than Christopher Jacobs. Thank you, Christopher Jacobs. And I'm learning now that Joseph Abood is Lebanese. Well, fine. But as you can tell, it takes one to know one. Joseph Abood says, bro, you need more room in your jeans, so I need to give you stretched jeans. I find that to be quite the compliment. Thank you. Now, someone says, Kvon, there's only 9 likes on your video right now, and you've been live for at least 5-10 minutes. This is up to you guys. Here's what I need you to do. A lot of people on YouTube ask you, could you please click the like button? I really need you to click the like button. Not me. I want you to smash that like button as if you're Kamala Harris on a first date. Now we need to subscribe as well. So while you're there, do that because we are now at 335,000 subscribers. You'll remember when we started just a year ago, we were at 50,000. This show's making a big impact. It can only get better from here. Each week in the life of a comedian is like a year in the life of a person who doesn't really travel that often. And would you believe I was in Las Vegas and San Clemente performing for the Alzheimer's Association. So the Las Vegas shows was a brand new comedy club. I was honored to be one of the first to be picked to kick it off, and then flew over for a quick trip. Not enough time to enjoy San Clemente, and it looked something like this. Oh, and by the way, got to hang out with little Reno, who resides in Las Vegas right now.
The new Wise Guys! Grand opening! Do a little tour of the new facility. Look at this comedy club. Beautiful!
Woo, wasn't that cool? Let's watch it again.
The new Wise Guys! Grand opening! Do a little tour of the new facility. Look at this comedy club. Beautiful!
Standing ovation for the Alzheimer's Association. All right, how fun was that? Standing ovation for the Alzheimer's Association. That just worked out pretty well. And all these people in the comments are saying great things. Reno looks so cute. We love Reno. That's the name of the boxer. He's 2 years old and he loves attention more than anyone else. While we were showing that little video, we had a little love, a little super chat. Tasha Bickle. Don't be fickle. Donate like Tasha Bickle. All right. Let me show you what Tasha did. She was able to throw $1 in the bucket. You might say, well, someone did 20. Why do you care about $1? Because we have 335,000 on YouTube, 180,000 on Facebook. If everyone did $1, I would holler. So do that. And the best way to support the show, because we're boosting this. The Alzheimer's Association asked, could you perform for less than you normally charge? Because of your support, I said, absolutely. Because I have a whole team of people who are helping me do my comedy, whether some small groups can afford it or not. We were able to do maximum donations to the charity. Now I'm off to Nashville. That is a brand new achievement. I've been trying to get into Nashville for 5 years, but it's because of this show and you. Then Las Vegas, then San Clemente again, then La Jolla, Huntington Beach, Dallas, Oxnard, Houston, San Jose, and Sacramento. When we come back, we're going to have to tell you how to earn free tickets. That's what it's like being a comedian. I'm tired just thinking about it. All right, so you're saying, Kvon, I want free tickets. Well, we can't give them away to every show because some of the showrooms are small. They depend. These small businesses are emerging from a pandemic. They depend on you to buy a $20 ticket. So do a pre-sale. Help them out. Let them know someone is coming to see me, and then they'll be excited that the show is happening. But we are going to do 5 free tickets to Oxnard because Levity Live holds 500 people, and they've made a lot of money over the years. Believe me, they can afford it, okay? They're the biggest, best, nicest comedy club in all of Oxnard, okay? I've been to many clubs. This is one of the top. I'm also going to give away 5 tickets to Las Vegas. That means each person who emails gets 1 ticket. Don't email me, say, can I have all 5? I want to bring my cousins. We're trying to spread the wealth. We want everyone to feel like a winner. So each person who emails can have 1 free ticket. And don't email me from your wife's account, then your account, then your uncle's account, then your cousin's, and then the Little House on the Prairie shows up in 1 cargo van. I want 1 family to each get a free ticket. Is that so much to ask? You people. Now, comment of the week. Each week we pull a random comment. Some are important, some are just funny. Here we have one. It should be fun to read. It comes to us via YouTube. And this was in the comment section, I believe, of one of my emails that I got. And it goes a little something like this. Kvon, we love your show. We listen to it on the podcast because my oldest son runs cross country on Wednesdays. Live shows are tough, so my younger sons were a little miffed that a 12-year-old has been claiming to be your youngest listener. Finnegan loves your show, and he is 8 years old. He is your true youngest listener. Of course, I hope he doesn't repeat too much of what you say on your show to his third grade buddies. Not everyone is raising their kids the right way, unfortunately. But your honesty and humor is refreshing. There is enough variety in every show to keep everyone informed and entertained. Wow. Well, I think we should all say hello in the comments to Finnegan, the 8-year-old youngest listener who was on the right track at a very early age. We love that. Now, Finnegan, if you want a birthday party, I've been doing private events. All you got to do is get your mom to email me, info@kvonComedy.com. We'll bring it to your living room. Someone's doing that in San Antonio and Florida next. So as you can see, I'm willing to travel far and wide. All right, when we come back, it's time for terms and definitions. And here's what I want you to do. I want you to put in the comments what you think the difference between a conservative and a leftist is. I'll be reading yours today. All right, terms and definitions. This is how you can listen to my show with maximum enjoyment so you don't get tripped up over the different quick phrases I might throw out there and move on. Like if I say Justin Dildo, that is the Prime Minister of Canada. Don't think about it too much. Just let it roll, let the dildo roll right off your tongue. With that said, there's a new national anthem that they're trying to get kicked off for Black people. Don't ask me why. I'm half Persian. My dad's an Iranian immigrant to America. The national anthem that we have currently works just fine for all races, as you can see by the prosperity of Asians and Africans and white and Black in the United States that they do not enjoy in their original homes of origin. Therefore, the current national anthem is fine, but the radical left will stop at nothing to destroy, destroy, destroy. And here, they're trying to give you the Black national anthem. Unfortunately, woke companies like the NBA, NFL, they're all going to try to play the Black national anthem and try to slowly creep it into our society. So when I hear it, I'll pull a Kaepernick. I'll take a seat. My pants may or may not be down at that time. And the name of the woke Black national anthem, blah, blah, that they're trying to push is called Lift All Voices and Sing. But if we're being honest, it should be Lift All Asses and Twerk. Hey! Don't worry, I'm going to add music to this in post. Just let this happen. Do you like the name I gave the new Black national anthem? Now, if that offends you, then that means you don't like the original national anthem and you're so bogged down in politics and division that you don't like the joke I just made. But if you're a well-centered person, plenty of Black people like, that's hilarious because I like the national anthem. I stand up when I hear the national anthem. And if I like a favorite half-Persian comedian making fun of the fake Black national anthem, it could damn well be lift all asses and twerk. All right, next phrase. If we're going to change national anthems, we have to go with one that people already like. Millions of people are already chanting. So if we must change the national anthem, I think it should be the new college national anthem, FJB. Now, I want you to put in the comments what the F stands for other than what it really stands for. I want to see how creative you are. So tell me what FJB stands for without telling me what the F in the JB actually stands for. This way we keep the comment section clean for our 8-year-old viewers, and we flex our muscles with other terms. And Tasha Bickle comes through with another $1. She's just dripping money. Oh, and Dina E, not to be forgotten, is in the house. What's up, Dina E? Thank you for your generous donation, helping charity events like the Alzheimer's Association. All right. Funk Joe Biden from Gen Trucks. Sammy Holder says fire. Oh, Lana Hall says flip Joe Biden. Tiger Two-Tone, flapjack Joe Biden. Lester Stone, flunk Joe Biden. Well, I think school did a good job of that. Sammy Hyder, fire Joe Biden. And Amanda Williams says, set him in a field, have an airplane go overhead, and let's frag Joe Biden. Good work, everybody. Good work. You guys are on the ball. You see how we all know what we're saying, but we terms and definition our way out of trouble. That is how you do it on the right show. Our final term and definition you need to know is we are, every single one of us in here, very, very strongly proponents of the LGBTQ movement. Let's get Biden to quit. This mug is one of the best-selling mugs on my website. Show your support of the LGBTQ. What is it? LGBTQBTENTT. Do you know what I mean? That should be a song. And I'm going to tell you something. Beverages taste so much better. That's how I drink out of my LGBTQ mug. All right, here's what I need you to do. Drop a nuke on your laptop's like button. It's time for conservatives versus leftists. Put in the comments what you think the difference is. Okay, so Nathaniel has thrown some money in the bucket. You guys, awesome. We have comments coming in. I definitely support the LGBTQ movement, as we all do. Now, I was going in here to find what you thought the difference of conservatives versus leftists is. Mary comes in hot with conservatives have houseplants, leftists kill them. That's interesting. I thought you were going to go with this, Mary. I thought you were going to say conservatives have houseplants, leftists vote for one. All right. We have someone else. Nicole says, my 8-year-old parakeet loves the right show. Doesn't count. We have a real human watching. Okay. Michelle Sarnecki, a.k.a. Booga Waves, comes in with conservatives want everyone to live peacefully and freely. Leftists want that only if we agree, that they alone can live completely and freely. Yes, the main thing I do with this is I'm trying to expose you to the idea that just because a leftist puts a bumper sticker on their Subaru that says, lift all voices and sing, I love everyone, they're going to be the first to cut you off, first to flip you off if you didn't get the right boosty boost, the first to tell you off, and the first to get you fired from your job. Everybody knows that. Mere regard, Hissy Fit says, conservatives versus leftists, working brains versus brainless zombies. So if you're watching, you're getting triggered, your body's getting hot, you're like, why is he talking bad about leftists? I'm left. You might be left of a conservative, but don't be a leftist. The kind of person that is so close-minded that if you don't do what they say when they say it, that you call everyone a racist, Hitler, Nazi. Because then you have lost the thread on how to be an American and how to love your fellow citizen. That's what it's all about. And that's why the left hates America, hates their neighbors, hates anyone who goes against them, because that makes you a racist, Nazi, Hitler. When we come back, a whole lot more show. Stick around. So now we're going to talk to you a little bit about January 6th. Now, I don't know if you're familiar with January 6th, if you know of anything that happened on there. Really, nothing did happen on January 6th, except for a few hundred people walked through the Capitol, staying within the velvet ropes, and walked out. Now, that's not good enough. So instead of showing you the footage of how peaceful it was or what happened, the radical left is showing you a tug of war while Trump was still speaking with the people that were there. The citizens that were at Trump's speech were not at the Capitol yet. So the leftist has the footage of the tug of war. Nancy Pelosi got the tug of war between agitators and Capitol Police. How would any Trump supporter be already at the Capitol if there's a speech going on and the man of the hour is giving that speech and there's 400,000 people in the crowd over there, but there's 200 agitators over here playing tug of war with the barricades, with the police? I don't know. But then there is video footage that they've tried to suppress where someone opens the gates for all the Trump supporters as they're now leaving the Capitol. Not the Capitol, they were in the park. They're leaving the mall, is what they called it. And then they get to the Capitol, and then the barricades are already open. Like, come on in, everyone's going this way. Like a Walmart greeter, allowing you in. And then you get inside Walmart, take a few photos and leave, and now you are labeled as the biggest terrorist to ever walk the earth by the Joe Biden administration. Wow. Watch it. So here we have 300 aggressive people that were not at Trump's speech, starting trouble at Congress, breaking in. A few Trump supporters stopped them. Some got in, as we can see from the videos. I can imagine if you're charged up and maybe you're just a regular Trump supporter and maybe there's some Antifa people, but they're dressed like the Boston Tea Party version of 2021. All they think they need to do is wear a red hat and then carry a Confederate flag. And now suddenly they have the instant Trump supporter kit provided by Hollywood wardrobe department. Then they can get in and get a bunch of Instagram photos and boom, that's how you blame 74 million people for the acts of 300. Do I support it? Absolutely not. Wasn't there. But as scared as those Congress people were for that 6 hours, and that must have been tough, fearing for what might come next, do you think any of them thought, wow, this is how the rest of America felt for the last 6 months? Was AOC under her desk thinking, didn't I send a tweet saying we should be loud and make people uncomfortable? She sure did. She said, you should be loud. Protesting is the voice of the unheard. We need to respect these protesters. Of course, when there's a safe protest near her, except for Ashley Babbitt, the unarmed white woman who jumped through a window and was shot with no warning, no yelling, no strong commands, and certainly no grab her by the backpack, throw her to your boys, and then hold point on the window. And that's how you're supposed to handle a protester if you're not sure if they're armed. Which, by the way, if 400 protesters were armed, climbing through the windows and killing the people in the Capitol, everyone would be dead in the Capitol right now. So the fact that the African American's only gunshot that he heard was his own killing a white woman means he is guilty of murder, racism, and trying to get a freebie in because the Democrat Party had him so charged up that white people get away with everything. And had this been black people, well, then this would have been different. So he took his shot. And that is exactly what happened. We all know January 6th could not be the only place in America that Antifa did not show up. We all know it was a Capitol fake surrection, a staged production brought to you by Hollywood. And who does Hollywood donate most of their money and campaign funds to? Put it in the chats. I want to know, who do the big Hollywood donors give their money to? Who did the big Hollywood donors lend costumes to, lend backdrops to for Joe Biden to get a boosty boost in front of that looks like the White House? Oh, but he's on a sound stage. All this stuff sounds like conspiracy theory level stuff until you realize these are all fake productions that they're putting on. And, well, it has all happened right in front of our eyes. To this day, 9 months later, there are still 400 people being held in isolated captivity, 23 hours in the hole, 1 hour out every day for 9 months. They're called violent terrorists. Most of them are ex-military, soccer coaches, plumbers from Nebraska, all being held with no bail, no trial by Biden and Pelosi to teach you a lesson. Never, ever go against what they say, or this could happen to you as well. If you think that's fair, please put it in the chats, just so I know. Something else that's not fair is how we are having a severe battle right now. We're having a battle between leaders over who is dumber. I never thought I would experience this in my life. But believe it or not, we have Nancy Pelosi and Justin Trudeau doing their best to be so woke, they end up going broke. So I need you to vote. Who's the biggest fail of the week? Pelosi or Trudeau? Here is their week in review. Go.
Keep government open. We have to do those imminently, more imminently even, to address the full Obama agenda of building back better.
I will never apologize for standing up for an LGBTQ2 plus kids' rights to not have to undergo conversion therapy.
Prue. Is he going to get cancelled for getting the letters wrong? You can't get the letters wrong.
I will never apologize
Obama agenda
for standing up
of building back better.
for an LBT,
Obama agenda.
I will never apologize. Never apologize.
Obama agenda.
LBT, never apologize. Never LBT, never apologize.
Obama agenda. Building back better.
That remix was hot. Did you like what I did there? I will never apologize. To me, Justin Dildo sounds like a robot of what a politician would sound like. Hello, everyone. It's time to celebrate the LGBTLGBTLGBTLGBTLQG. It's like, oh my God, hit reset on our animatronic fake beta male politician that makes women in Canada feel superior. So that was the remix, and I hope you enjoyed it. I'm going to post that video Friday, and please share that, pass that around. Now it's time to get into some real talk. This stuff has been fun. We're remixing people's voices, but it's time to talk about first responders getting fired for no vaccine. Very few people are willing to talk about this. There's no stand-up comedian in America talking about this. I'm the only one. That's why this is a support group for normal people. Now, how is it that first responders were the ones we were all applauding last year, even though half the hospitals were empty? They're making TikTok videos with doctors pulling off their scrubs in the back, spanking each other's asses. But at the same time, we all rallied behind them because you know what? There was cases where people were told, nurses, that this is not only the deadliest virus that has ever walked the earth, but also we ran out of PPE, so just use a bandana or recycle your disposable mask and come on back to work. Now, none of those nurses really had huge medical complications. It was annoying. They had red rashes across their face, okay? They were tired. They were overworked. Everyone and their mom that stubbed their toe came in and said, do I have COVID? Because you made every paranoid grandma, aunt, uncle, kid, person from Israel, Muslim, Christian, like scared to death. Oh my God, I'm going to die at the same, we're all dying at the same time. So the hospitals were overflowed, yes. And people that weren't even sick testing positive for COVID, just like Anna Navarro did last week on The View. Kamala Harris about to come out and do a little talk. So Anna Navarro took a COVID test and so did her little co-host, Lack of Joy Behar, and they tested positive for COVID, so they get rushed off, and then they bring in their interview, so it's like going viral. And then a day later, Anna goes, it was a false alarm. I'm back, baby. I'm back and better than ever to talk about being Republican on The View. Okay, false test, false positive, people sick, guy getting shot in the back of the head, test positive for COVID, whoop, added to the bucket, and our first responders were there for all of this. Confused, scared, but showed up to work every day. There was no vaccine 1 year ago today. So these first responders were tying their underwear and their bras around their head and going to work with no vaccine, and we applauded them. But what's happening today? Today, because of Joe Biden and radical Democrats, 83,000 hospital workers in New York alone are going to potentially be fired for not getting the vaccine when they said at the same time when they wanted it. How does that work? These brave people went to work with no vaccine for a year. They feel fine. They're not sick. They wear PPE. They'll put on the beekeeper suit. They'll take the nose swab every 3 days. But for them, they don't want the boosty boost. But Joe Biden, for some reason, is demanding they inject something into their body that was just invented 5 months ago under Donald Trump. Our brave heroes, the first responders that we all clapped for, are now being fired en masse because they don't want a I don't say that word because I'll get canceled. They don't want a boosty boost invented 5 months ago with very little long-term data, and they're still willing to go to work. But Joe Biden wants them gone because he's not hitting his boosty boost quota. Remember, $88 a boost. Government's printing the money and giving it to Pfizer. We must put it in every arm. We're working on children, dogs, iguanas, and your fish next. So I already talked about this, but last year we had a PPE shortage, and now Biden is forcing a nurse shortage. Let's watch the video, and you can see exactly what I'm talking about. When an NBA player gives a better rationale for why he wants to wait than Dr. Fauci and Biden, the NBA player is more articulate than these two exploits. Now, let me tell you something. NBA players are not known to be intelligent. LeBron is the dumbest guy in the world who's ever got $1 billion. But playing basketball does not make you smart. LeBron did not get the vaccine until just last week. And so now he's demanding everyone else get it. It's the ice bucket challenge. I just think everyone should get it. Ice bucket challenge. I got it. So now you got to get it. Yeah, you just got it last week, bro. It's been out for 7 months. We're not proud of you. Okay? Here we have an NBA player, put the smack down, and a few other voices. You're not going to want to miss this.
Jonathan, Josh Robbins with The Athletic. What is it about the vaccine that makes you hesitant to get it?
I would start with I've had COVID in the past, and so our understanding of antibodies, of natural immunity has changed a great deal from the onset of the pandemic, and is still evolving. I understand that the vaccine would help if you catch COVID, and you'll be able to have less symptoms from contracting it. But with me having COVID in the past and having antibodies with my current age group and physical fitness level, it's not necessarily a fear of mine. Taking the vaccine, like I said, it would decrease my chances of having a severe reaction, but it does open me up to the, albeit rare chance, but the possibility of having an adverse reaction to the vaccine itself. I don't believe that being unvaccinated means infected, or being vaccinated means uninfected. You can still catch COVID with or without not having the vaccine. I would say, honestly, the craziness of it all, in terms of not being able to say that it should be everybody's fair choice without being demeaned or talked crazy to, doesn't make one comfortable to do what said person is telling them to do. I would say that's a couple of the reasons that I would say I'm hesitant at this time. But at the end of the day, I don't feel that it is anyone's reason to come out and say, well, this is why or this is not why. It should just be their decision. And loving your neighbors, not just loving those that agree with you or look like you or move in the same way that you do. It's loving those who don't.
Pathetic display from our exploits and leaders. That basketball player was more articulate than LeBron James. If I could take every one of LeBron's dollars and just give it to him, then I know we would have someone who can think things out, speak eloquently, and still play basketball. Unfortunately, with LeBron, you only get one or the other. He's always on page 1 of every book he's reading. I just think, So, with that said, dirty little secret, and we're going to get into it. Let's just talk about this first. He made up some great points. If you've already got COVID, he believes you have a natural immunity. He's waiting on the science to kind of dictate more of what that might look like in the long run, and he believes the science for that is evolving, as science always does. So he does not want to get injected with the vaccine for something he overcame naturally with his age level and his physical fitness. Any arguments there, or are we on the same page and he sounds rational to you? Good. So he's not an anti-vaxxer. He just doesn't want this boosty boost. Number 2, all of those nurses we just saw went to work for a full year with no boosty boost, and they did just fine. Many of them recovered from it or didn't catch it. They want to continue working under those conditions, which we begged them to do a year ago today. They should get to stay in their current position of employment. You want a woman to lose $100,000? You know, not all nurses are women. Not all women are nurses, but you understand that it's a highly female population of employees that make great money. So if Joe Biden was really for women, he wouldn't let Afghanistan get taken over by the Taliban. If Joe Biden was for women, he wouldn't fire hundreds of thousands of women coast to coast that already went to work for us under the most insane, unknown conditions, and now tell them, well, I got this new boosty boost, so if you don't try it, you're out of here. Come on, man. Ridiculous. Now, these women said they are willing to take the test and wear extra PPP all year. They don't want to lose their job. And I keep saying women, I'm sorry, because, you know, nursing and women, but let's face it, I don't know the statistics, but, you know, Greg is a male nice. You know what movie that's from? Greg is a male nice. It was always shocking for men to be nurses to the older generation. Now we know on this show, anyone can be a nurse. Man, woman, white, black, Hispanic. So let's just say the nursing population is willing to take the test, wear the PPE, and they're being told, no, not good enough. Last year we needed you. This year we want you gone. He's going so far as to hiring the National Guard to take over their positions. Do you think you're going to get better medical care from a nurse who understands healthcare to the point where she's making her own decisions for her own health, but is still willing to help you? Or some wet behind the ears National Guardsman who moonlights as a soldier, which, by the way, we love the National Guard, but you ain't a nurse, bro. Okay? If my life is on the line, I don't want to come in and be like, hey, I'm an accountant 9 months out of the year, but I'm here 4 weeks plus 2 months on weekend. You know, no. Dirty little secret number 4. The African American community is one of the least likely to accept the boosty boost. The black community does not want the boosty boost as a whole. Nicki Minaj speaks out. I don't want the boosty boost. I want my anaconda. Don't want none. You know, and they're like, oh, shut her up. Now this basketball player, it turns out there is no black community. These are black individuals making individual choices for their own health care. So stop putting a bucket around them, Joe Biden, and thinking they're all crabs in the same bucket that all think alike. You don't vote for me, then you ain't black. Ha! He is such an idiot. This is why we are all pro-LGBTQ at this point. Let's get Biden to quit. As you can see by everything I've just said, it's not anti-science, not anti-vax, not anti-boost. It's pro-choice, pro-freedom. Look at your own health. Look at the people around you and make the best decisions for you. Is that so wrong anymore in America? Was the Ice Bucket Challenge a dry run to challenge people to do things they didn't really want to do, to get them all on the same page, covered in ice and frozen and going, there, now we're all equal? You be the judge. This means I am a true liberal. So whenever someone says, Kvon, you're a far-right radical conservative, I say, really? You mean to tell me that if you described a far-right radical conservative, people would think of a half Persian, father is an Islamic immigrant from the Islamic Republic of Iran, who came here 40 years ago. English is a second language. I'm a touring comedian that has fun all over the country. No white picket fence, no marriage, no wife, no kids. If that's your new conservative, then I'm the craziest punk rock conservative you've ever seen, or I'm just a true liberal and you're not. Probably more likely. Let's catch up with some of the comments. We have had so many people throwing a tip in the bucket. I'm sorry I missed you on my rant. Let's give you all one. Cha-ching. That goes to Mikal Tennyson. That goes to Latin patriot Edward Havlaka and Abnormally Goza. If I could find your names, I have to scroll way up. Then I throw you on there. But if I forget to throw you on there, Doesn't mean I don't like you. Abnormally, Goza, one of our donors, says, La Dum Dum has nothing on this young man. Fauci and Biden are puppets beyond belief. We're all seeing it. We all need to talk about it and build our support group for normal people. Next one. Money, 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 money. It's starting to make sense why everybody is. So what I'm doing with this show is I'm taking the name liberal away from the radical left. You don't get to hide behind that shield. That's mine. I'll take that. And we're coming for you. The best way to do that is to sell out comedy shows, sell out engagements, invite me to your homes, invite me to your parties, invite me to your events so we can all get together. Meeting you all has been amazing. And I'm not some Johnny come lately comedian that just got famous on TikTok last year. Let's go back 8, 9 years to when I was asked to be on TV. Let's end this with a laugh, a rewind where we go back into my vault, pull out a comedy clip, and you can see how long I've been doing this. See if you laugh. Enjoy. I'm here with a comedy rewind. You don't know what a comedy rewind is? Where you been? It's where I take an old bit that was either on TV or something in the archives, and I drag it out of the vault and share with you a little inside backstory so you know how these jokes came to be. Now, Fox TV station, not Fox News, there's a difference. Home of The Simpsons? Yeah. Fox wanted to do a comedy special with some of the best up-and-coming comedians. To my surprise, I was selected, and to my even bigger surprise, they kicked off the new season with one of my jokes. So I thought I would share with you that quick little portion that they kicked off the season with. I think you'll laugh, and I was like watching at home like, no way! I was selected! Now, this is a dating joke, and it came from a point in time in my life where I was confused about women. That hasn't changed, but I don't care as much anymore. Point being, I actually Googled, what do women like? Then an interesting article came up, which was bragging about how women can decide if they're into somebody and if they want to be physical with a man in 1 minute. And I started laughing out loud because, well, this joke will explain why, to me, that was funny. Enjoy!
This is amazing. This is very interesting. They say women know in 1 minute if they're willing to sleep with a guy. Wow, it's shocking how slow women are at making that decision. So you thought that's fast. No, every guy here got you beat, ladies, by 59.5 seconds. You understand? We do not need a minute. We'd be like, yes, 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 yes. There's a no, take a shot. Now it's yes. Here we come.
Tonight on Laughs, we are giving you a pass. Stop what you're doing. It's time to hang out with the best comics in America. You deserve some laughs.
So there you have it. The 1 minute rule. Ladies, that is not fast at all. Folks, if you like my comedy, my brand of humor, it's not allowed on the big networks. It's not even allowed on Netflix. Too controversial. So I hope you'll come see me live. We push buttons, we push the envelope, and we do what stand-up comedy was always meant to do. Use every ounce of freedom of speech and expose all the funniest parts of life. Come see me on my tour dates or put on your own private event for you and your family, for your company, for your non-profit charity event. Yes, that is what we do, folks. Thank you for tuning in to The Right Show. I believe strongly in freedom of speech. I could not be a comedian without it. Couldn't be on TV if I wasn't able to think like that. We do truth through comedy. Hopefully we're waking America up with laughter. By the time this feed is done, already thousands of people around the world have started looking at things hopefully a little different or saying, that's exactly how I feel. Either way, that's why we're a support group for normal people. Freedom of speech is under attack from big tech. They're already suppressing my views. These lives used to get 700 viewers watching live at the same time. Now I'm more popular than ever, and only 290, 300 people are in here at any given moment. Doesn't matter. We're going to keep putting it out every week. But what I want you to do is join me on Rumble, Rockfin, and after this, we head to Locals for a little wrap-up. If you don't know what Locals is, it's a website, locals.com. But if you want KvonComedy.locals.com, you will find my page, and we just break down what we talked about during this. It is an after party. You see those names going by? These generous people helped make the show possible. EMKey, a corporate sponsor. Thank you. Thank you very much for your donation. H. Garner, over $200 donation just from one person alone saying, keep it up. It's just us and Active Adams making this happen, plus my new threads from Joseph Aboud. That is one cool dude. If you want to make a one-time donation, GoFundMe.com/KvonComedy, PayPal.me/TanksGod, and Cash App or Venmo. Okay. Remember, I don't want just money, that's not the point. If you support, it allows me to do more shows. What I really want to do is meet you live. So find a tour date or do me a favor. Send me your email address. Okay? Don't send me a message with your email in it. Sign up for the newsletter on kvonComedy.com/contact. So when they take away my YouTube page because I spit too much truth in under an hour every Wednesday, when they call me anti or hateful or racist, Hitler, Nazi, they call me Stacy. That's not my name. That's not my name. Remember that song? That's what they're going to try to do. So go on my website, and it's very easy to do. Let's do it together, because so many of you, yeah, you mean well, but my goodness, I can't believe what you guys do. Let's do a tutorial together. Okay? This way, we can see exactly what I'm talking about. Sharing my screen. Share screen. Let's share the entire screen. Who cares? All right? You can see my whole screen. Okay? You come here. It says contact form. I don't want you to send me your email here. Subscribe to mailing list. That's what we need to do. So you go right here. You see it? Follow Kvon here. Subscribe to mailing list. You put racist Nazi Hitler at yahoo.com. You know what I'm saying? Now, obviously, don't put that name. If you want, you can put what state you're in. I don't know. You put Nevada. You put California. See, I know all of them. New York. Put any state I can guess it. Ohio, OH. Alaska, AK. Look how fast I can do. Tennessee, TN. Okay? I'll just tell you the places I'm going next. Dallas and Houston, TX. Boom. I got it like that. You just subscribe. When you guys send me a message here, it goes to nowhere, and then I can't be your friend anymore. That's how easy it is. There you have it. Thank you for tuning in to the 31st episode of The Right Show. Can you believe in the month of March this year, we decided to kick this thing off? We never knew if it was going to be one episode, 10, 40. Well, 31 and counting. If you want the show to keep going, then be sure to support. Come see me live and let's hang out. That way we don't get pushed around anymore. See you next time, right here at the same place on The Right Show. Bye.
Please hang up and try again.